y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Hannah, and today I'm going to show y'all how to make an amazing homemade country breakfast. So to start off this video, I'm just chopping up some potatoes because I'm going to make some fried potatoes, and to do that I'm just going to chop them up. I like them kind of in a thicker slice than I would normally. And then I'm just going to keep them simple and just do salt and pepper. That's all I like to put on them when I eat them for breakfast. So just dicing the rest of those up. I'm going to throw them in my cast iron pan and cook them. I do like to start my potatoes on a kind of a medium heat at first. Well, at first I turn my burner on high to heat up my cast iron, and then I pour in butter, oil, bacon grease, just some kind of fat, and get that real hot, and then I turn it down to about medium, and then I throw in my potatoes, and that helps keep anything from sticking to your cast iron if you get it real hot. So once I've done that, turned it to medium, threw the potatoes in on and then season them with salt and pepper, and just kind of mixing that around so we can get the salt and pepper on all of them. But I'm going to leave that on medium for just a little bit so that I could kind of get them a little crispy on one side, and then I turned them on down a little bit. That way they could just kind of finish cooking the rest of the way through. And I threw in some bacon. And now I'm making some homemade biscuits. These are amazing. To make these biscuits, you are going to need, to make the regular batch, you'll need 2 cups of Pioneer bacon mix. I have tried making these with the Biscuits, and they turn out the same, except the taste is slightly different with the Biscuits. The Pioneer bacon mix is definitely better taste. So 2 cups of that, a cup of sour cream, a half a cup of 7-Up or Sprite, and then a half a stick of butter. And that butter you're going to throw in your cast iron pan or just regular pan, and you're going to let it melt in there. So to mix up the biscuits, you're just going to need the baking mix, sour cream, and 7-Up, and mix it up real well to where all the ingredients are combined. And then you're going to take the bacon mix and sprinkle some on the counter and take out your dough. It's going to be pretty wet. Not so much that, you can't really handle it too much, but it's going to be pretty wet. So that's why you're adding in quite a bit of the bacon mix onto the counter, and you're going to kind of throw that mix on top of your dough, biscuit dough, and pat it out with your hands and stuff. And then you'll start cutting your biscuits out. I'm just going back over here real quick to stir up my potatoes, make sure they're all getting cooked evenly. And now the potatoes are done, so I'm just going to throw them in this storage container. That way I can pop the lid on them and keep them warm until my other food is ready. In this meal, I did cook a whole package of bacon. Normally, I just cook the entire package because sometimes we'll eat the entire package in the one meal, and sometimes we'll have some left over. It just kind of depends, and you never know. But there's that half stick of butter that I threw in that pan back there now the potatoes were done. And this is what I'm going to cook my biscuits in. Now, when you cook with cast iron, you do not have to wash your pans every time you cook something else. So, as you've seen, I just took the potatoes out of that pan, and I didn't wash my pan. I just stuck the butter back in there. That's where you kind of get all your cast irons well seasoned and stuff by cooking in them and not washing them very often. just finishing putting the rest of this bacon in this pan. And now I'm cutting out my biscuits. I don't own a biscuit cutter, so I just take a regular mouth cannon lid or ring and cut them out like with that, and it makes the perfect size. And I'm just taking these as I cut them and throw them in my pan of butter. And since I've got this pan filled up now, I'm going to toss these into the oven and get those bacon at 350. I'm not real sure how long they cooked for, but I just cooked it until I seen they were pretty golden brown on the top and the bottoms were good and done. Okay, our bacon's done. Now I am going to toss in some sausage to get that going. These are just frozen sausage patties. They were in a box, but the box does not stay shut, so we just put them in a Ziploc bag. Alright, so the biscuits are done. I'm just kind of double checking and pulling one of the ones in the center of the pan up a little bit so I can make sure the inside of that one was done, and it was. So I'm taking these and putting it in a bowl lined with a towel, and as you can see, these are very hot. They're burning my fingers. They just got done, but I wanted to hurry up and get them in this bowl and covered up. Just putting them in a bowl with a towel, lined with the towel, and then throwing the rest of the towel on top of the biscuits. It just helps keep it warm. So that's why I did that, so that they would be nice and warm still whenever the rest of the food got done. Now on to making some eggs in that same pan I cooked the potatoes and the biscuits in. I didn't wash it. I just threw in some more butter and cracked open a few eggs. And the first eggs here, I'm going to make fried eggs, and then I am going to throw in a couple more after those are done and make some scrambled eggs for my son Weston, because that's his favorite kind of eggs. But now I'm on to making the gravy. So this is homemade, just white gravy. You start off with the grease you have from your bacon and your sausage. You don't drain it out. You keep it in that pan, and you take flour and throw in just a little bit at a time and whisk it around. Sorry, I did not measure. I never measure this, and honestly, I think I would just confuse myself and mess up if I did try to measure it. So I'm just eyeballing it like I've always done. But you just slowly add in flour and whisk it around until you get to not a super thick consistency, but you don't want it super liquidy either. So I did that. I'm doing the eggs now to scramble up for my son Weston, but you didn't get to see me completely finish the gravy because my phone cut off, but I've got all my flour added, and I forgot to turn my burner down even more than what I did. And when I poured the milk in, it got like what you see on the video here. Normally I have it turned down a lot more. That way, as I slowly add in the milk, it doesn't clump up like that. It can just kind of easily mix into the gravy and grease, or the gravy and grease, the grease and flour mixture. But it's okay. You can always fix it. Like you'll see in a minute, I just have to keep adding some milk and thin it out and turn down my burner some more, and it'll turn into amazing gravy. I didn't measure the milk either. I've never measured the flour or the milk for this recipe. I mean, I just never have. I just grew up eating this, and I know how it's made, and so I knew what it was supposed to look like. I just go by what I see. But I'm getting this milk added in, and like I said, you don't get to see me completely finish the gravy. I do show you what it looks like when I get it done, but you won't get to see me do like the entire process to the end because my phone cut off and I had no idea. Alright y'all, this is what the gravy looks like when it's all done. I'm just kind of trying to show y'all the consistency you need to look for to know when it's done. There's our eggs, our bacon, our sausage, our fried potatoes, and our homemade biscuits. This is one of my favorite meals, and I thought I'd show y'all me just plating up putting this all on a plate for y'all so y'all can see what it all looks like on a plate. Alright y'all, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And if you make this meal, please let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear from y'all.